Hello everyone, today we will talk about the transit of Saturn. Transiting Saturn is in a square with natal Jupiter. How transiting Saturn will behave in a square with natal Jupiter depends on the position of natal Jupiter. This transit may be more prominent in your life if you already have planets aspecting your natal Jupiter. But the basics are as follows. Unexpected obstacles appear on the way at this moment, blocking your goals and ambitions and your patience. In the end, you will not hesitate to abandon your plans. We can say that this transit represents a period of some re-examination and reshaping of your values, goals, and aspirations. There is a tension here between your desire to follow your destiny and the need to devote yourself to the practical things in life. Saturn will limit possibilities and test perseverance, so maintaining the usual course of life and possibilities will require extra effort and hard work. Individuals will experience a conflict between expansion and restriction, as well as the need to reconcile the conflicting desires for growth and structure. We will abandon everything that has been exceeded. Areas that are not strongly developed and hinder the achievement of your goals show that some adjustments are definitely needed now. In most cases, reframing priorities and changing approaches will be used to hit the target. In other words, you are experiencing a struggle between the side of you that wants to expand and grow, and the other side of you that wants to stay put and feel safe. This transit will bring challenges, failures, and while you will be exposed to all the inconsistencies, failures, exaggerations, and feelings of disappointment, it will also offer opportunities for personal and spiritual growth and open doors that you would not have considered before. You will be faced with defining your field, and limiting the expansion and strengthening of your foundations. The current and voltage of this astrological influence depends on how much cleaning you have to do, so if you feel like the world is falling apart around you, then know that you have a great deal of cleaning to do. Such a purge will reduce your freedom of action and slow down many possibilities. This tension will eventually lead to a solution, but you will be forced to work on the problems and obstacles that stand in the way of your fulfillment. It will give the feeling that everything is bad. Many areas of life are affected, including career, attitudes, knowledge, and ideals. For example, you will realize that it is necessary to plan more wisely in order to achieve your goals, and you will have many questions about religious philosophy because of the inconsistencies and hypocrisies that you have discovered. You will test the conformity of these actions with ideals and encourage adjustments in religious work. As we said earlier, you probably shouldn't abandon your plans, but you will definitely have to change them, because new possibilities open up only to backfire. It is similar to when you see an oasis in the desert and discover that it does not exist. In fact, you are restless for new horizons, but instead you are asked to take on old responsibilities. This makes it difficult for you to work on maintaining progress. The emergence of all kinds of problems and unsuccessful negotiations lead to the fact that it is advisable to postpone large affairs such as certain transactions and major trips until the end of this period. All of this has a profound impact on an individual's life, and often symbolizes tension and conflict. You have to keep all that is good, and you still have to define your boundaries, as well as reduce excess, extravagance and exaggeration, concentrating on the essentials. This transit confronts you with persistence and your ability to resist. Therefore, it is not surprising to find that as soon as your projects face conflicts or difficulties, you lose interest or persistence. But challenges serve as lessons for growth and progress. You will be tested from different aspects of your life, and your professional presentation is especially at risk. Try to look back and make a link to the activities that appeared 7 years ago, now is the time to distinguish what is worth holding on to and what should be let go. If you encounter challenges in your work, personal life, or current location, it's critical to consider whether you need to let go or make changes. Frustration and restlessness will be present as you struggle to break free of the limitations you feel. Restrictions that also come from government agencies that in the places where you tried to make space either exceed the requirements or come in the way. Before making impulsive decisions, carefully evaluate the value of these transits in your life and determine if patience, willpower, and determination can sustain them. All these challenges will lead to growth if approached with discipline and a realistic outlook. The key is to maintain a balanced approach and embrace discipline and structure. Be ready to admit the mistakes you are making now in reorganizing your priorities. Decisions of major changes that offer a fuller style and a more meaningful life will have external forces blocking your progress and hindering your efforts, intensifying this inner restlessness. Traveling is frustrating because you travel more because you have to, than because you want to travel for pleasure. The same thing will be with education, whether more training is needed or obstacles to the progress of your education due to uninteresting topics. Either way, practice patience and calm persistence, stay optimistic and maintain a realistic outlook during this transit and you'll discover a renewed sense of balance.